I lived out. When I was tripping in my sin, I had to sit down. Cause you can't help nobody out if you ain't healed out. I gotta live how I really say I lived out. Had to make my mind up. Satan, he really tryna come blind us. He don't want me to see your glory, talking Shekinah. I've been forgiven, but he always tryna remind us. Only one that I boast in is always been Jireh. Every word is inspired by you, that's God breathe. Put your trust in the Father, that's the gospel of peace. Keeping Christ in the center like the top of the key. Don't you know there's a shepherd after the lost sheep? You could burn it down if you ain't pleased with it. You could burn it down, cause I can't leave with it. He won't turn you down. You know the blood did it. He won't turn you down. Won't turn you down, no. Yo, for exaltation come neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But God is the judge. He puts down one, he exalts another. I gotta live how I really say I lived out. When I was tripping in my sin, I had to sit down. Cause you can't help nobody out if you ain't healed out. I gotta live how I really say I lived out. Had to make my mind up. Satan, he really tryna come blind us. He don't want me to see your glory, talking Shekinah. I've been forgiven, but he always tryna remind us. Only one that I boast in is always been Jireh. Every word is inspired by you, that's God breathe. Put your trust in the Father, that's the gospel of peace. Keeping Christ in the center like the top of the key. Don't you know there's a shepherd after the lost sheep? You could burn it down if you ain't pleased with it. You could burn it down, cause I can't leave with it. He won't turn you down. You know the blood did it. He won't turn you down. Won't turn you down, no. Yo, for exaltation come neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But God is the judge. He puts down one, he exalts.
Hit me with your best shot. I lean on the rock, grounded like I'm in my teens. When you know who you are, start living different. Greater is he that's in me. Handiwork, I'm his masterpiece. I hold onto his truth. His power made perfect when I'm weak. I'm really solid. You really thought you said something. He really him. I'm drinking my water, minding my business. You really thought you had a hold on me, trying to run up on me. Keep running your mouth. I'm about that action if you wanna see.
Light of the world, I'm ready to spark. The word of the Lord, it's all in my heart. My name in the book of the Lamb. Ain't worried about them streams, ain't worried about who topping the charts. Keep your opinions, ain't worried about you millions. I boast in the Lord, ain't worried about no demons. Yeah, me what I got is like hell without Kenny. I'm high on the Lord, I'm itching, I'm fiending. I got some brothers that hold me accountable. Tell all them demons the church is unstoppable. I got some sisters that preaching the gospel. I know with God ain't nothing impossible. They never stopping us, we will not quit. Stand on the word, we know it's legit. Gotta keep pushing, we gotta stay lit. Depend on the Lord, my God is so rich. I know that life get hard, but you gotta keep on pushing. I know the times are hard, but you gotta keep on. Light of the world, I'm ready to spark.
I didn't lose love, I lost a lot. Still learning who I am tonight. I didn't choose the ending I got, but I won't stay broken by it. I'm turning the page, I'm letting it go. What fell apart doesn't get my soul. I love with my whole heart, I stayed, I tried, but this new chapter is still alive. I'm learning grace in everyday pain, holding faith while I make my way. It's not the end, it's just the start. I'm turning the page with a healing heart.
Listen, look, I don't let my good days affect me enough. And I know I let my bad ones affect me too much. Paranoia got me thinking, time passing for months. Like it's my dreams what I actually want. To have these people in my business, judging me. The ones that's talking about me is the same ones hugging me. Was dancing with the devil, I was sleeping with him comfortably. Them demons try to comfort me. For pain inside my lyrics, that's the only thing that comforts me. For real, 18 with a deal, a couple albums away from mills. Still hanging with them steppers, killers, dealers in the field. Started playing with my life, I chose the less, cause it was right. Traffic tickets on my beats, cause we ain't stopping at no lights. Song on the radio, was in the hood, still rolling dice. Fell in love with my memories. Only man I knew was Mike. I ain't bragging, I'm just speaking on my life. How I almost lost my blessings, getting caught up in this hype. So understand it. They only see you hurting after everything is damaged. Every storm that I done managed came from praying up to God. I know he got me cause he planned it. Will never let them take me out my spot or take advantage. I'm really a topic up in my city, a prophet. To all these biddies, I'm conscious, but still get gritty, I prosper. When they against me, I had people I done fed to try to end me. Man, I got some people that was sleeping in my bed to try to kill me. I'm all for it. War is expensive and I've been saving up all courses. Can get you going today, but then you won't see the soul forest. Sometimes you gotta let that beef marinate all courses. Gotta prepare my table right in front of them in all corners. So they can see who they against. They can see that they attempts to take me out was just a test. I had to silence out the noise. A humble step up with a check. Had to sign myself to me at 23, but still a vet. I'm still walking with them frozen Cubans on my neck. Lost my mind, lost my head. Thinking God, cause that was best. No, my auntie prayers be working on them times I ran from death. Went from ducking feds and ducking paparazzi in the West, for real.
Woke up like a blessing with an attitude. Peace for my face, but I'm not in the mood. They want the old me. Woke up like a blessing with an attitude. Peace for my face, but I'm not in the mood. They want the old me, she expired. I'm the upgrade, handcrafted, God inspired. I used to water people that never grew. Now I put that love into my own roots. I'm not competing, I'm completing me. I'm my own stand, but I'm the recipe. I love it, heavy on me. That's why they mad, that's why they envy. I don't chase love, I chase my peace. And I cut off excess like it's healthy, I love me. Loud, proud, divine, I'm not for everybody, and that's just fine. You can leave unfollowed, how I still win. 2026 on the prize, not them. I stopped explaining my glow to the blind. Never KC, you don't deserve time. I'm not too much, you just too small. I don't lower my life so you feel tall. I made it out from my soul intact. Turned heartbreak into a business contract. Now my boundaries hit like bank alerts, and my self-love got receipts for worth.
This year, I'm loving it like I'm somebody's dream. Because I am. Oh, yeah, yeah.
All right, here we go, y'all. Let's go. Hello. Good afternoon, my friend. I was waiting on you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can't hear you though. I cannot hear you one bit. I can't hear you. Come out and come back in. I can't hear you. Oh, hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Unmute yourself. Hold, wait. I can't hear you still. Because they choosing me. Can you hear me? Did you probably had unmute yourself. I can't hear you. Come back out and come back in. I cannot hear you at all. Yeah. Sorry about that, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Some technical difficulties right now. And I do not like this. It's always something, guys. He said he'll be right back. I hope that everybody is having a great afternoon. So far, I hope that everybody is tuning in. Hope that everybody is tuned in to K.W.U Productions, man. K.W.U Podcast on YouTube right now. I hope everybody is enjoying this. And I ain't see y'all in a while. I ain't see y'all in a minute. I know everything is good. Waiting for the guests to come back. Guys, the guests will be coming back. Shortly but soon. We'll make sure everybody is good. We is waiting for the guest to come back. I'm waiting for the guest to come back, guys. I hope that everybody is having a great day so far. We're back. K.W.U podcast, man. Y'all already know that it's going down. Y'all already know. Y'all know. Y'all know. Y'all know. It's definitely going down once again. K.W.U podcast. Y'all know the vibes. And we're just waiting on my guest to come back. But anyway, y'all, just had a great birthday. You know what I'm saying? I still got things to do this evening. I will be out. You know what I'm saying? Enjoying my birthday with one of my sisters. Okay, and he's back, guys. He say, hello? I can't hear you. I cannot hear you at all. Hold on, let me see. Can't hear you. I wonder why I can't hear you. It's always something. Hold on. I can't hear you. I really can't hear you. Yeah, my mic is fine. Probably gotta turn yours off. Well, on. Okay, unmute. Can't unmute your guest. Okay, so it said your mic isn't connected. Yeah, it says not connected. I just looked at it. Yeah, it just said that on my end. Your mic is not connected. That's why I couldn't hear. Because my mic is on. Is it connected now? There you go.
Still not
Oh,
connected.
you are. Because I can hear you.
All right. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can hear me
Now I
now?
can hear you. Yes. Now I can. Yeah, look. It's one thing about it's one thing about this stuff, man. Man, it's one thing about technology. You gotta really like do it. You know what I'm saying? You really gotta like have everything in order, and that's why I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? So I said, let me hit this again. And then when it said that it's not connected on your end, I said, "Oh, it's on his end. I thought it was mine." You know, so
I couldn't tell you. I'm still here.
yeah. And that's all right though, and that's fine. Well, my friend, I'm glad that you are here with us this afternoon. Let the folks know who you are, because I got folks are on. I believe some on Facebook. It's not connected, but they got the memo though this afternoon. Let them know who you is.
Okay. My name's Eric Truxon. I'm an electrical contractor working out of the Philadelphia area, which includes Chester, which includes Delaware County, which includes just the area in general, Jersey, Delaware. And I'm an electrical contractor, and I got a passion for small businesses.
Oh wow! And it's funny because you said Chester, because that's where I'm at, like right now. You know what I'm saying? So, but as you can see, that I'm always gonna rep my team, though. You know what I'm saying? So, yes,
my team too.
yeah. You know, so look, it don't even matter. Yeah, but I'm glad that you here this afternoon. You was recommended, you know, from Ange. Ange had hit me up, and I'm like, all right, do she want me to interview her? Do she have a client? And she said she have a client. I'm like, okay, all right, because you know how it is when folks just reach out to you that you don't know, and you just be like, why you in my DMs? You know what I'm saying? I was a little curious, but she said that she had somebody. I was like, all right, you got me okay, God, cool. You know what I'm saying? So you have your own business. You said right, and you said that you support the small
Yes.
businesses too. All right, so tell me about your business, if you don't mind me asking. Like, what
Sure,
do you
sure,
do?
sure. So we're electrical contractors. So we do commercial work, we do residential work, we do industrial work. I would say the place that we do the most work in is something called retrofitting. And retrofitting is
Mm.
nowadays everybody's getting these bright lights, these LED lights, these electric cars, and these EV stations and stuff that's more energy efficient, that's more safer, that's good on your eyes. And we specialize in converting stuff like buildings or rental
Oh,
spaces or whatever. Just say, for instance, McDonald's was on the corner, a corner in Chester, and all of a sudden they closed up, and Burger King took them over. Burger King took
uh-huh.
them over. Now they got to make all electric the way Burger King wants it. So we come in and do things like that. But we do more so, not necessarily big companies like that, but like storefront. You know what I mean? Someone will have a bodega, and then all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden somebody else will come in with, say, an insurance company, and we come and change everything around electrically. We also, of
Oh,
course, do housing. We actually, not too long ago, we were on Flower Street in Chester, and we did some
oh,
housing.
okay.
We got an office right there in Claymont, which is 2 blocks from Chester.
And it's funny because I probably seen it and ain't paid no mind to it. That's the funny part. You know,
Okay.
that's the really funny part because I know I seen it. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Because like I want to get me a place down in Clay, so I probably went past there a few times, like I said, and really ain't paid no mind. You know what I'm saying? Wow.
Right
So
over there by
you is
Home
local.
Depot. Right over there by Home Depot.
I know exactly where everything at. Soon as you said the Depot and stuff like that, I know exactly where you talking about. That is funny. That is too funny.
Okay, small
You,
world.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like 10 minutes from that. Look, like yeah, about 10 or 15. You know, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it depends if I'm riding one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Still a
Okay.
nice little exercise.
Okay.
You know, you still gotta spend some gas here and there. But like I said, on a day like today, I'll ride my bike. You know what I'm saying? Just to get an exercise in. You know what I'm saying? Go straight down
That's a good
Ninth
thing,
Street.
man. That's a good thing.
Yeah, you
Okay.
know.
Okay. Yeah, that's how that take you right into Claymont. Take you right into Claymont. That also take you into Philly, pretty much. Keep going on
Yeah,
down, turns into that's the pipe.
small world, right?
Yeah.
You know, and that's how that I look at that. You know, so how long have you been doing this?
Well, I've been Justice Electric since 2008. That's when we incorporated. I've had my own business since 1991. I went full time with my own business in 1998. And I've been in this industry all the way back to electrical engineering student since
Mm.
1982. So I've been doing this for a minute.
Oh man, wow! So you is a vet in here, man. All right. Mel, Mel, okay. So, what inspired you to start doing this work?
Well, I mean, the one thing I will say that inspired me was when I was a little kid, I used to watch like your phone breakdown or something like that, and you come have the telephone man come fix it. That was always intriguing to me. And the biggest thing was them guys on them great big trucks, them Pico and all them different companies. And I see them climb up that pole. I said, I want to do that when I'm grown. And
Oh wow,
you know, when I got out of high school, everybody was like, "Oh, you got to go to college and all that." And I did that, and I went out there for a minute, and I did not really like what I was doing. It's not that it was bad, but I'm a hands-on person, and I got tired of sitting at a desk. So I went on and became an electrician, and eventually. After moving up the ladder from apprentice to journeyman to uh, supervisor to foreman to superintendent, and then I eventually started my own business. And I
oh
ain't never.
wow,
So I got a history with this, but I always stress to people. So I had to go around the world to get to what I'm doing now, and I love it and I do it. But you should
right,
always try to pick what you love. Don't try to just chase that money. I mean, money is cool, but you don't want to spend 20 years, 30 years doing something you really don't like doing, and your life passes by and you're like, wow. You know what I mean? I'm
wow.
just here.
Yeah, nah, you make sense though. You know what I'm saying? And I seen folks that's like that. You know what I'm saying? That they stay some where and they're not happy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, well, like you got to do something about about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and I was the same way. Like I seen one of my friends yesterday when I got off work. You know what I'm saying? Like right now I work at a rehab center, a nursing home, you know,
Okay.
and she told me I was a teacher assistant, and she was like, Breon, you should come back. Like the kids really asking about you. Like my teenagers is asking about me. Some of my teenagers that they are grown now. They like 21, 22, 23. They still asking about me when they see me out in the street or out in, the pub. They're like, why don't you teach at the school no more? And I'd be like, it was time for a change. But when I seen my coworker yesterday, I said, all right, God, you know what I'm saying? You must be saying something now. You know what I'm saying? It must be a need for our kids again. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mind doing stuff for the elderly. Don't get me wrong. And you
Try to
got some
do what you
folks,
try to do.
yeah, and you got some folks that's in the center that's my age too, and sometimes they could be a little nasty. I'm not gonna lie to you. They could be nasty, but they're my age though. So you think them being my age that they'll be a lot more humbling. Nah, don't work like that. I'm like, all right, so I prayed about it,
Yeah, man.
you know.
Hmm.
So I definitely know what that means. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So that's how
Hmm.
how that I look at that. So so the next question is, what is the pros and the cons of your business?
So the pros, once again, is this is something I'm like living the dream. You know what I mean? I'm in some instances people would say I'm retirement age, but I like what I'm doing. I don't see retiring. I know, quote unquote, if you have a business, you're supposed to have this exit strategy and all that stuff. And I'm like,
Mhm.
well, I ain't ready to exit. So that's one
Right.
thing that's a pro is love what I'm doing. The cons
Hmm.
is sometimes, like you spoke about earlier, you have people who are not too pleasant. And of the cons, unfortunately, in this country and in society in general is, I'm a large chocolate man and I can't change that. And some people are not, too happy with that. And it ain't me. It could be me. I don't know, but I don't think it's me. It's just something that I can't control. But I wouldn't want to control it. But I mean, that's minor. I mean, because all you do is you just find a place where there's positive energy. The biggest thing right now for a con is, as you see, it's building going on everywhere, and we ain't got enough bodies in our businesses to keep up with the buildings. But the good thing is people are noticing that, and we got a lot of young people who really want to get in the trades. But the opposite of that is we don't have enough people to teach them, quote unquote, on the job. It's a lot of classroom people, but you got to be on the job. And you got a lot of people such as myself and some of the guys who work with me and some of the other ones who would be ready to retire, but they can't because they got to pass it on. You know what I mean?
Right.
You just can't say, well, I'm out. I don't care if nobody do this. No, you gotta have someone come behind you to take over and take it farther than you took it.
Right. Definitely got past the torch. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny that you said that right, because this year that had passed, like a friend of mine, he he had coached one of the teams in Chester, one of the youth teams in Chester, right? And it's funny because he asked me to be his assistant coach, and I told him, bro, like you do know that I work, man, yeah, you know, every other weekend, right? He said, yeah, and that's fine, only if you come to practice and show up, you know, and be at the game when you're off. I don't mind. And I said, all right, you know what I'm saying? It's funny because years before I came to that same pro event, and everybody claimed that they had who they wanted and stuff like that. I was like, all right, but as soon as he said, Brian, I need you, I want you to be my assistant coach, I said, you want me? And it's funny because he was like, yeah, like you know the game. Me and you played together. We played against each other. We both know our strengths. Yeah, I mean each you know the strengths and weaknesses. I said, you know what? Just for you, just because you came to me, because you know, and I love the sport. You know what I'm saying? As I shared with you, I'm from the city of Chester, and we take the basketball thing very serious. And lately, it's been the football thing. So we take sports very serious. We take our kids very seriously. So I was like, all right. And he asked me not too long ago. He was like, you gonna run it back with me? I said, yeah, like just let me know when you know everything is, like, because we went all the way to the championship game and lost. But I was like, just let me know, you know. Now I'm not gonna turn it down. I'm not gonna turn it down. Why? Look, why?
Yeah, I mean that's a great thing, man. Working with the kids and all that. Yeah. Chester. So I know back in the day, it's a little bit before your time, I'm sure, but I remember Jameer Nelson and went on, had a long career in the NBA. I'm sure you know who that is.
Yeah, I know who is like who who don't. You know,
yeah. But I'm just saying, and then as far as the football, I don't know much about the high school sports, but a friend of mine, her son plays at Widener. So and a couple times they have a small business institute there too. So a couple times I've come here and speak. I've watched him play and stuff like that. So you know, Chester is rolling along, and of course, you know, I don't gamble, but you got your casino,
right? Yeah, but it said Philadelphia. Look, but it got Philadelphia tag on it though. But it's
I
alright though.
saw that.
You
I
know,
mean, it's
it's
not
alright.
there anymore. We used to go to a place called Stacky's. We used to ride in there all the time to hit that joint. It's not there now, though.
Oh, see, that's old. Yeah, that's real old. Look, like that's old. That's that was way.
I know.
Yeah, look, that's but I heard stories though. Like this joint was a goal of mine once upon a time. That's what my parents always tell me, and then I'd be like, here, look, here, me being here, I'm like here, but you can see where the businesses and stuff was. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, wow,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
But they'll come back.
So
Everything history repeats itself. It's coming back.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just in due time that I believe that we all have to like work and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's real
Mm-hmm.
talk.
Mm-hmm.
You, you, you know, man. So my question is, how often, right, do you pass on the wisdom and knowledge that you have to somebody that's younger that wants to be in the same profession as you one day?
That's pretty much all that I do. I mean, if you're a business owner and if you really believe in your community, you really believe what you're doing, you're really trying to have a legacy or something like that. That's all you do all day. You tell stories, and why? Who better to tell a story to than the person who's listening and trying to emulate and even go above and beyond what you're doing.
Right.
One of the things that my company does, which is a little different, we do a scholarship. We every year we have
Hmm.
it's actually on our website where people write an essay on what it is to own a business, and if they're a full-time student, the best essay wins. It's like we will do anywhere from 1 to 4 essays depending on how much money we raise and how much and how well our business did that year. We'll match it and add more
Right.
money, but that's one way. And then a lot of times they
Hmm.
have some apprentice schools. They have some schools where people learn for 18 months how to be an electrician and stuff like that. And I'll go there and speak about the business. And, people will take down my number and I'll talk to them. So that's what we try to do. And I would assume more people do that. And it probably could be even more people do that. And I mean, I know that you have some biblical stuff involved with what you're doing. So I
Oh
mean,
yeah, of
we're
course.
as human beings, we're supposed to try to be, we can't be perfect, but we're supposed to strive to be like Christ. So
Yeah.
therefore, you know what I mean? We strive to be like God, we strive to be like better. And the way to do that is by setting an example, by helping people. My belief.
And it's funny that you say that, and I just believe that was just God, because I really ain't tell you much about the podcast, but I guess that you could tell how the songs was playing. Like, all right, he is a man of God, and some of the stuff that I post as well. You know what I'm saying? Like the word of God says, "Let your light shine upon men." Right? I always believe
Mm-hmm.
that the light that I have is not mine. Yeah, it's the spirit of God. You know what I'm saying? But we had to be we had to be obedient. We had to be willing. We had to submit. And especially in times like this with how the world is, the economy. You know what I'm saying? And I think that plays a part too. The economy, because of which like aspiring, and I feel like we're gonna need a lot of folks that have their own businesses soon. How this world being ran, you know, I think we're gonna need a lot of trade
You ain't
classes in
never
school.
lied, that's for sure.
I think we're gonna need like a lot of classes, probably shops.
One thing I
And
will say about our
what's up? All right, now what was you about to say?
You're
Because
right on
I know you
time
was
with
about to
that.
speak.
And one thing I will no, I was just going to say
You
you're right on time with that. I mean, no doubt about it. We're going to need more small businesses now because people, you see what's going on. All these big companies, like people will work somewhere 30, 40 years and get this big pension and all that. Now, ain't nobody holding on to nobody that long. So you got to be able to do something else. And if you have your own business or if you work for a small business, your longevity is probably better.
yeah, and it's funny because like like this week, right? So Wednesday was my
Mm-hmm.
birthday. So when I left yesterday, one of my coworkers was like, "Oh yeah, I heard you had a podcast. I heard you have a clothing line. I heard that you wrote books." And I'm like, I never shared none of this information with nobody. And so I guess that they probably
Mm-hmm.
went online one day and they seen some of my material or whatever. I guess they was a little curious. And I said, when I'm not here, I'm making money. I'm always making some type of money. And yes, I still have a 9 to 5 with with a business on the side. Yeah, I still make my little, here and there because that's who I am. You know what I'm saying? I gotta still have
Right.
some type of. I still gotta have some type of income. You, you know, it's still things that I want to
All
do.
about balance.
You froze too. I can't even hear you. Are you? All right, now can you say that again? I ain't hear
Oh, that's
you.
fine. I said it's all about balance. You
Yeah,
just can't put everything in one basket, all your eggs in one basket. You move around, you coaching, you have a podcast, you got a clothing line, your 9 to 5. You got to do all that. I mean, especially if that's something that makes you feel good. You know what I mean? That's the whole point. We want to feel good about what we're doing and about what we can control and whatever we can't, we put it in God's hands.
right. Most definitely. You know what I'm saying? And that's how you gotta look at it. You know what I'm saying? So if you could live each day with a quote for life, right? What would that quote be and why?
Uh the quote that I live by every day, two quotes actually, but I'll share the mantra that when I graduated from high school, which was 1982, long time ago, the thing that I
Hmm.
put underneath my yearbook picture was I love sports, cooking, making people smile. And now, 40 some years later, I still love sports, cooking, and making people smile. When I say sports, I go to the gym daily. I actually teach indoor cycling and body works and strength training in the gym also part time,
Mm.
and then, I cook. So I gotta eat, so I cook. And that's
Yeah,
what it's
cool.
all about, making people smile to me.
Hey, and there's nothing wrong with that, man. There's nothing wrong with that at at all because you're doing what you love to do. You know what I'm saying? Like who don't, you know? And that's how you gotta look at that, you know? Oh man, wow. Like what like
Mm-hmm.
what so you said that you is all around. First we talked about Chester. So now we're gonna talk about Jersey. So what do y'all got going out? So what's happening in Jersey that folks don't know about and should know about?
Well, in Jersey, they're not necessarily building as much, but what we have done or what we come across is housing. We do a lot of repairs in housing. A lot of those houses were built maybe in the 80s, the 90s, maybe 2000, so they're not that old, but they have needed little work here and there. So a lot of times we go in and fix stuff around people's houses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm,
Things like that. Jersey's got a little more room than Chester or Philly, so they build all that kind of stuff.
wow. Okay. Okay. And what about far as Delaware though? Because you said you got some stuff down in Delaware too, and we can speak on that. And you froze. Aye, aye.
Mhm.
All right, there you go. Like you keep on going.
All
And
right, I couldn't hear you for a minute. Oh, there we
nah,
go.
nah. Like I said, the stuff that's going on down in Delaware and stuff like that. Like what's
Delaware,
happening? Yeah.
okay, Delaware, there's a lot of building going on in Delaware. We haven't done that much work in Delaware lately, but what we do is we bid and, you know, we haven't gotten a job. So either uh, they didn't feel we were qualified, possibly, or someone else underbid us. That's what usually happens. But ain't too much I can do about that because, you know, we got a certain standard and we got to get our money. And if we
Right.
don't,
Right.
then we missed it. If we miss that one, then we get the next one. Because nothing worse than if you're ever a business owner, where with your clothing line, where you say, "Well, I'm a do this person a favor," and then it wind up costing you money. So that ain't do nobody no favor. You know what I mean? You do it for less than you put in a ceiling fan. It costs you $150 to put it in, and you charge somebody $100. That's no good.
Nah, you're right about that.
You go backwards. And even if you charge them the price, that's no good either. Because you about making money. You ain't about
Right.
losing money.
Hmm. So my question is to Day, is there more what's what I'm trying to look for? Is there more female electricians now to Day than it was then?
Is there more what?
Female
Can you repeat that?
electrician.
I'm sorry.
I
Oh,
said, is
female.
there?
Oh, female. Okay. Yeah, we actually have one over the years. We've had two at the most at times, but we've had several over the years. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more female electricians. There's a lot more female people in the trades. There's a lot
Hmm.
more female people doing a lot of blue collar work than there used to be.
Hmm. I mean, okay. Does that help
Work goes.
out there? Does that help out more? Does that like balance out
Well,
the help?
it does, and the way it helps out is I'm a firm believer in the best way to have a great company is to diversify. So when I say diversify, the only way I can get the perspective of a woman, of a man, of a white person, of a black person, of a Chinese person, of a Japanese person, of a Spanish person, is I got to have all those people in the pot. I can't, you know what I mean? It's just I can't figure out what somebody who's Spanish American thinks, or what kind of deals or issues that they may have, or not even issues or ideas they may have, because that ain't me. You know, I can't just put it in Google or in AI and say, all right, that's what it said, then that's what it is. You got to have a person there. So, with a woman's perspective, that doesn't mean we have to do what they want to do or anything like that. But it's always better to put a bunch of people in the pot and come out of that pot with a decision based on everybody's input rather than you trying to guess what someone's input would be.
Yeah, and you is right about that. And one thing that I've learned, over the years, I have sisters, right? And they help me balance out
Mhm.
everything. They help me with everything. Like with my finances, you know, spiritually wise and just growthly wise, you know what I'm saying? So I
Mhm.
definitely know how that is, and sometimes that they'll try and be mom, and I'd be like, all right, mom, you know what I'm saying? And then they be like Breon, stop it. I'd be like, what? I'm just saying, but I know that they don't mean no harm though, and they just wants what's best for me to see. You know what I'm saying? And I realized that it's nothing wrong with help. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to have help. I finally
That is
learned that.
true.
I'm fine.
Yes.
I'm fine. I'm finally learning that now. You know
Yeah, that
that.
is definitely true.
You know,
women,
like
women are have that motherly stuff because I have a daughter and I have a sister that's 9 years younger than me, and you would think that those two are my mother and not my mother. you know, they
yeah,
always telling me what I should do, and my mom let me freelance. So that's just a thing, man. When they become a mother, they want to mother everybody, which is a good thing.
yeah, yeah. And you are so right about that. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that at all. And then I just be like, all right, y'all. You know, cool. And but it helps me though. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? And I pay attention to what I do now, to how I say things. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that right there says a lot. About me just giving them the yes. All right, I could trust you. I could trust you with that because one of them, like she's not just like a big sister. She's not just my big sister. She's my mentor. She's my spiritual mother too, and she helped me with my books. She helped me with my clothing line. I just shared the ideas with her, and she executed from there. As far as
Okay.
the podcast, like the podcast was just okay. So how my podcast started was it was just Facebook Live at first. I knew it was gonna be big, like man, everybody say it is, and I didn't know what God was doing. I thought it was just Facebook Live every other day. You know. And then a friend of mine, he turned me on to StreamYard, and I seen first I wasn't going to do it. So one day I tried it out. I was just messing around with the StreamYard, and you know what I'm saying. And and I seen that StreamYard connects you to each platform. I said, oh, yeah, I mean, spark like bing, like that big light bulb then came on, bing. I'm like, oh. And lately I've been doing that. And lately, I've been staying away from Facebook because I feel like that guy was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? You did Facebook from season 1 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Let's start season 6 off on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Now you can grow. Now you can
Mm-hmm.
folks can actually watch stuff because one thing that I realized about YouTube, everything is on YouTube right now. If you want to know something, go on YouTube.
Yes.
If you want to know how to cut hair, go on YouTube. You want to know how to fix a bike, go on YouTube. So I'm like, all right, guys. So what else do you want me to do? So I don't know if you pay attention, but I post stuff when I have like a show and stuff, and I always leave my link there. You know what I'm saying? Like I let folks know, like, oh, like you can subscribe to link like right now because I'm not going to be on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to you to subscribe the link. You know, and it's funny because one of my friends, he worked at a gas station. So he worked at one of the local gas stations, right? And he asked me my for my YouTube channel. Man, I said, wow. He asked me for my YouTube joint, like, and nobody else don't even like subscribe, but this man right here, he's subscribing, and he showed me he subscribed. This was a morning for work. I said, wow. So this where my support probably gonna come from, not those that I know on a daily basis, but probably from strangers. I said, all right, if that's how it's gonna be, that's how it's gonna be for now on. I gotta work like that. I gotta move like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's all right though. It's all right to move like that. You know? Wow, that right there is amazing. You know what I'm saying? So like my my next question, right? Is how can we as a people, right, better ourselves every day in 2026?
Ooh, we as a people better ourselves every day. Well, one day at a time. So one thing that I have learned over the years, like being in business, I got a ton of things that I need to do. But what I always have learned, you can't try to do 10 things at one time. You can have 10 things going on, but you just got to decide, all right, I got 10 things that I need done. Which ones is the most important? Let me pick the 3 and I'm going to get those done today. Or sometimes let me pick the 1 that I'm going to get done today. So I would say one day at a time or one thing at a time. That's how we can better ourselves. Whatever you decide to do to better yourself, you see it through. Don't say, oh, I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to come back to it, because you ain't going to get back to it.
Because,
move on to the next thing.
Pretty much. Wow. And it's funny because you said like a lot right there, you know. And one thing about me, you know, when I do stuff, right, like I tell folks because some other times, Eric, I'm working like 6 days, you know, a week. You know what I'm saying? And I tell folks, I'm gonna let you know when I'm off. You know what I'm saying? And most of the days that I'm off on maybe a Monday or a Friday or a Friday day or whatever the case may be, right? But I let folks know that I work every other weekend. I'm off every other weekend. If you want to get in contact with me, let me know. Like, and let me know. Give me a day and a time. And if I'm off that weekend, I'm gonna let you know that week what we could do that weekend. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to just leave you stranded. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not me. You know, because I wouldn't want nobody to do that to me as well. You know?
Yeah.
So that's how I look at that. And don't mind me, I'm just sharing this show like right now. Like I'm in like lots of groups like right now. So that's one thing about me. Like I'm always gonna share like the shows that I had, the podcast and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe that it's somebody right now that needs this, you know, that may try to get in contact with you or with me, you know? Like, that's how that I look at that. You know, I try to share knowledge with everybody that I come across, you know? Like, that's just me, though.
Well, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, no doubt about it. So sharing, you're empowering people.
Yes, and you is so right. You know about that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it's very important in this time. You know, especially in 2026, we have this thing called technology. We got these phones now. We got social media. You know, so that's how you got to look at things. You know,
Yeah, the
like that.
world getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah, you know, and like my show, right? I know that I do it from the phone. I know that I do it from home, but I know one day that I'm gonna have my own spot. I know that I may have a spot that I gotta run out for probably a year or two. All right, but I know that I'm gonna have my own. You know, God willing for the show. Look for the show.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So, but until then, this where most of my success has came from God and from the phone. Like the show came from the phone, the clothing line came from the phone, the books came from a phone. So it's always saying, you know, if it ain't broken, don't fix it, right?
Yeah, yeah, but the thing is, man, you're very engaging, and that's why it's blowing up. You know what I mean? Everybody can't do it. You know, everyone thinks they can do it. Everyone can do something, but you right where you need to be because you're doing it. And you know, I looked at some of the shows beforehand so that I would be prepared. I didn't want to come in blind, and you know, you're very
I
engaging.
appreciate
You
it.
can't
Man, I
teach that.
appreciate, look, hey man, I appreciate that like that mean like and it's funny because like 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 a lot of guests been staring at my shows lately before they been coming in, and I'm like, all right, God, like, all right. You know, I guess they I guess that's a way of y'all pairing y'all so y'all go back to the old shows and just get a little like thought or insight of you know what I'm saying, like what he gonna talk about, how he gonna word things, you know what I'm saying, and it's cool though, and it's
Mhm.
funny, right? Because I think it was like the first two seasons, right? I used to write stuff down, you know, and check my guests out and see what can I ask them and stuff like that. And one of my sisters, she's a podcaster, right?
Mhm.
And she would tell me like, bro, don't write stuff down, just go with the flow. So I've been doing that, just going with the flow. And I said, you know what? We just having conversation and just let God be God. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, this is a lot better than trying to write stuff down and rush like throughout the week or like rush like a half hour be for the showing and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how
Yeah.
that I look at that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to keep too long. Is it any words of encouragement that you would like to share with the people on today?
Yeah, I would say, you know, whatever you do what you want to do, or you, if you're within reason, do what you like. I mean, the money will come. You know, if you're just going to do it based on money, you won't be doing it. Like in my case, 40 some years. You ain't going to do it that long if you don't like it. You know what I mean? You don't want to, I mean, we want to diversify a little bit, but you don't want to look at your life and be like, what I coulda, shoulda, woulda did, or you don't want to be like, all these years I never did anything steady. I always jumped all around because you never pick nothing that you enjoy. So I would just say pick what you like. The money will come.
Pick what you like. The money will come. You know what? I think that's the quote of the day. Pick what you like. The money will come. You know, that's
Oh
definitely
yeah.
the quote. That's definitely the quote of the day. Well, thank you, Eric, for your time, my friend. I hope
Thank
you
you,
have a
Brianna.
great
Thank you
day.
so much for having me.
All right, and God bless you and enjoy your assessment. It's more to come. for me and you both. And I believe that by faith, in Jesus' name. All right.
Yes.
And you have a
Thank
great
you.
day. You have a great
You
day,
too.
man.
All
All
right.
right. See you. All right, y'all. That was K.W.U. podcast. Y'all already know, man. I'm gonna see y'all again. Check out this show right now. It's streaming on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I will catch y'all tomorrow evening. K.W.U. podcast. We going up, y'all. And those that are with me, those that are continuing this journey right now, with me, right? We're going up. When I'm going up, you're going up. So just know that. And I'm going to leave y'all with some tunes, man, like I always do. God bless. Peace.
I gotta live how I really say I lived out. When I was tripping in my sin, I had to sit down. Cause you can't help nobody out if you ain't healed out. I gotta live how I really say I lived out. Had to lay my mind up. Satan, he really tryna come blind us. He don't want me to see your glory talking Shekinah. I've been forgiven, but he always tryna remind us. Only one that I boast in is always been Jireh. Every word is inspired by you, that's God breathe. Put your trust in the Father, that's the gospel of peace. Keeping Christ in the center like the top of the key. Don't you know there's a shepherd after the lost sheep? You can burn it down if you ain't pleased with it. You can burn it down, cause I can't leave with it. He won't turn you down. You know the blood did it. He won't turn you down. Won't turn you down, no.
Yo, for exaltation comes neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But God is the judge. He puts down one, he exalts another.
Woke up like a blessing with an attitude. Peace for my face, but I'm not in the mood. They want the old me, she expired. I'm the upgrade, handcrafted, God inspired. I used to water people that never grew. Now I put that love into my own roots. I'm not competing, I'm completing me. I'm my own stamp, but I'm the recipe. I love me, heavy on me. That's why they mad, that's why they envy. I don't chase love, I chase my peace. And I cut off excess like it's healthy. I love me, loud, proud, divine. I'm not for everybody and that's just fine. You can leave unfollowed, how I still win. 2026 on the prize, not them. I stopped explaining my glow to the blind. Never can't see, you don't deserve time. I'm not too much, you just too small. I don't know what mine like, so you feel tall. I made it out on my soul intact. Turned heartbreak into a business contract. Now my boundaries hit like bank alerts. And my self-love got receipts for worth.
It's you. I'm loving it like I'm somebody's dream. Because I am. Oh, yeah.
Hit me with your best shot. I lean on the rock, grounded like I'm in my teens. When you know who you are, you start living different. Greater is he that's in me. Handiwork, I'm his masterpiece. I hold onto his truth. His power made perfect when I'm weak. I'm really solid. You really thought you said something. He really him. I'm drinking my water, minding my business. You really thought you had a hold on me. Tryna run up on me, keep running your mouth. I'm about that action, if you wanna see. With your best shot, I lean on